Hello, and welcome back to the Potentia podcast, where we explore the hidden determinants of power. I'm your favorite host, Chelsea Talksauer, and today we're hopping on an interview with Christian Hu, head of global growth at Qoder. Christian's been leading growth at the company since it launched 10 months ago, and we're excited to hear about its global expansion as well as how it's helping users in the technology space globally. Let's get into it. I'm glad we finally got to hop on the call. You've been very busy, haven't you?
Yes, because we got so much to do. Yeah, we're growing very fast.
Yeah.
We are upgrading and every day, every conversation.
It seems like you've been expanding across different spaces. I know that I've gotten different questions about Qoder work, everything that you guys have been developing.
Thank you.
I wanted to take the time for this interview to jump into getting to know Qoder better, getting to know you better. And I think that the way that we can start is what started this whole journey for you.
Actually, it's challenging and interesting journey for me. Before I joined Qoder team, I co-founded a startup in Singapore and we bought it out. We sold the company last year before I joined Alibaba, before joining the Qoder team. But for me, I'm not a developer. I never code. So it's pretty challenging for me to promote and introduce a coding product. But unfortunately, Qoder is not a traditional coding tool. Qoder is AI-powered and agentic and self-autonomous coding platforms. I don't need to know much about the coding, how to code, the programming language, technical knowledge. I don't need that. So I can understand how to just tell the AI what do you want to build, what do you want to type, so the AI can build it for you. So that's pretty interesting. So challenging and interesting part. And Qoder, we launched Qoder last August. Yeah, it's 10 months ago. So 10 months is not a very long time, but in AI area for Qoder, for our team, 10 months is quite a long journey because we have upgraded the products almost 20 times, even 30 times. So it's pretty fast, swift, upgrading journey. But for me, it is the same journey because I need to update myself every day.
I feel like you're always really good at having conversations with people, and you guys have expanded a lot over the geography, right?
I traveled a lot for the last 10 months, from Singapore to China to Japan to United States to Korea. I just get back from Korea last week, we traveled alone.
Wow. So what type of events do you have going on? Why did you decide to kind of work with Korea, Japan, Singapore, and you're also doing a lot of work moving into North America?
Yeah.
What does it look like in terms of connecting with the communities there? How do you go about it?
Community is the foundation for Qoder's growth because we believe that builders are the important users of Qoder. So the first step for growing Qoder or promoting Qoder is make connection with local communities. No matter the large community or small community, developer community or non-developer community, and maybe some AI ancestors or someone has interest in AI in agent, but they do not know how to build and how to know AI. So that doesn't matter. What really matters is that we can hear back from the community. We can hear back from the users. We can know the difference among the different markets. For example, in the United States, the AI adoption rate or penetration rate is quite high, right? Because it's moving so fast every day. Almost everybody are using AI. But maybe in Japan, it's quite slow. Many people do not know about how to use AI. What's the difference between the different kind of AI agents? It is also quite interesting to talk about the developers in Japan because they do not know about the AI adoption, but they are quite interested. Yeah, they have curious about what kind of agent can help them. So it's different kind of a journey, but it's different kind of experience.
So you guys have been doing work over the last 10 months. What does the team look like? How big are you guys? Because you're covering a lot of ground. But how many people are on the team, and what makes someone really thrive at Qoder? Like, what's their personality or values like?
Yeah, we are not a big team.
Yeah.
Most people of the team are developers and product designers. And for the marketing team and the ecosystem, I mean, the growth team, we are quite small. So I needed to travel a lot around the world to meet the developers and the partners. But the fact that we are expanding very fast, because, at the starting point, we had 30 people. We're just 30 people, a small team. We built the first edition of Qoder just from 20 or 30 people. Yeah, that's just as bad. We expanding very fast from 30 to 50 to 80 to 100, and now we have 150 people. So it's much larger than the starting point. But we will not expand to a very large company or large team because we believe in AI area, the efficiency, the productivity is quite high. Yeah. We always are learning how to use AI, how to adopt AI in our team. Right? We encourage everybody in the team to use AI in the best way. Yes.
Yeah, I've been testing the tool Qoder for the last month and a half. I've been really impressed with it, and you guys are always coming out with new updates continuously. I'm really impressed with it. I've tested a variety of different tools. The tool you want depends what you want to achieve. If you want to produce videos, you can do other things. But one thing I noticed about Qoder that I really like is it's very thorough. It's almost like you're actually working with someone, whereas if I'm using ChatGPT, it's not quite at that scale at all. It's very impressive.
Actually, Qoder is an agent, not a chatbot. For coding, we are a agentic coding agent, and for code work, we are agentic workmate. You can stand the code work just like your workmate or your companion. Or your companion. So it is an agent, not a chatbot. So the biggest difference agent and chatbot is that agent can know your intent. An agent can your task by using different kind of tools. It can control your browsers. It can control your email. It can control your office, maybe your other collaboration and the spaces. So it connects a lot of tools, a lot of softwares. And the last but not the least, the agent can learn. An agent can get a lot of skills. An agent can help you to know what you cannot know by a human, right? Because if you are human, you cannot learn a lot. You just learn some. You cannot learn everything. But for agent, it is possible for agent to learn everything. Yeah. So if you try code work, if you find we have a lot of skills, you can create a skill by your own knowledge. Skills means knowledge. You can create a skill by your own knowledge, but you can also import and integrate or connect other skills. So that skills are not your knowledge. You can have other knowledge you cannot learn by human, but you have a lot of knowledge outside yourself, outside your mind. You can borrow the knowledge, you can use the knowledge from others. So that's what makes you much more knowledgeable and powerful.
Yeah. So compared to Claude or Cursor or Codex, I guess, are there any issues with Qoder integrating with other platforms, or does it work with everything? How does that work? I know a lot of people have curiosity about that since it's a Singaporean product.
Yeah. As a Singaporean product, we from day one, as a Singaporean product, we want us to be one of the top choice for global users. We do not want Qoder just for Singaporean users or Chinese users or Asian users. It's for global users. And we have some against Cloud Code or Cursor and other coding agent or other agent. But we believe that for most users, they do not need to switch from Cursor to Qoder or switch from Qoder to Cursor, because we believe that many tools can coexist for individual users. Even in some companies, yes, they are using a lot of AI agents, not just one agent, not just one coding agent, or not just one AI digital agent. So it is possible for one or two or three different kind of tools coexist in today's technical context. Yes.
I mean, otherwise it would be a monopoly, so it makes sense that there's more than one tool. A lot of people, I'm just curious. I had some people ask me questions online. They were curious about what data management, how is that stored? Because everyone is always concerned about security. So that was
Yes.
one question I got from users when I posted asking for questions for our call.
We care a lot about data privacy and data security. First of all, we have a very detailed agreement for data privacy and security. For every users, you can find the details from our website and our official documents. Secondly, we want our product to be one of the most secure product for users, for the enterprise users. For enterprise, they do not want the AI leakage of data or potential risk for the data security. For example, we developed CodeWork. At first, the CodeWork is a local app for local files. CodeWork is not web-based. CodeWork is not cloud-based. CodeWork is a local application. And you have full control of your local files and full control of the access to local operation. So that's the key message that we want to convey, that we care so much about the users' data security and privacy. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's great to hear. That was one of the biggest things that I heard from people, I guess.
Yes.
Are
yes.
there
We got so many web-based or cloud-based application, right? You need to upload your documents or upload your files into the cloud so the cloud can process your data or files. But we do not do that way.
It looks like my screen froze, but let's keep talking.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's fine. We'll still have audio from this. But moving on, glad you brought up enterprise users because we
Yes.
talk a lot about communities and developers already have an understanding of these tools. They're familiar with it. But when we're talking about enterprises, I'm wondering if you can share some thoughts on how can an enterprise use this beyond specifically developers. What are some use cases that you have found useful for small or medium-sized enterprises?
I have talked with both enterprise and large enterprise and small and medium companies. I think they care something in common. They want the best practice for AI. They want the best practice for agent because most companies do not know how to use the agent in the best way. So they want the best practice. So we need to tell me what kind of practice can really help them to improve the efficiency and reduce the cost. And for large enterprise, maybe the most important concern about the security and the administrations or management. That's the big difference between enterprise and the small companies. Because for large enterprise, they do not want AI to be a potential risk to their governance and data security, and they want the most comprehensive and complicated control of the AI. They need to know what kind of skills can be installed, what kind of operation can be done by different kind of users. Because for code work, even marketing team, human resource team, even the finance team can use code work, but they have so much data, so much sensitive data. So you need a very complicated control of the data privacy for different users. So that's the most concern and the most important thing when they are considering using the AI agent just like code work.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see how different businesses are employing AI. I know Anthropic actually has been hosting a series of workshops and they tried connecting with small and medium-sized enterprises, but honestly, the workshop did not go well at all. Reviews, respectfully, because they weren't able to target use cases. So Anthropic obviously is doing quite well, but connecting with your users and understanding what they need. It's nice to hear you guys are thinking about that.
It's just never gonna be easy to do business with enterprise users, right? It's not easy because enterprise is huge. And enterprise has different kind of structures and management styles. So it's never gonna easy.
Yeah, part of it, obviously, there's lots of different concerns depending what part of business we're coming in. I was talking with some of my old friends from the logistics industry. They were talking about how they started using a little bit of AI, but they're being quite slow about it. In your mind, yes, there can be difficulties, but what is the cost of not starting to use AI right now for business?
I think this cost is very big. Even for some companies, they cannot afford. So AI is moving very fast, and AI is self-learning. If you look back in last 6 months or 12 months, you find something different changed. But the agent is quite intelligent. The agent can do much more than they can do 3 months ago. Every month, every day, the AI's productivity, the AI's creation improves every day, every conversation. But it's never gonna be late for companies to use AI for now. Yeah, for company, large company or a small company, if you decide to use AI for now, so it's not too late. If you're still standing still and wondering what kind of impact AI will have on my organizations or my business, I think it will be too late to catch up.
Yeah, I think we're in the golden age right now where
Yes,
right now we can set the trajectory, and that trajectory will become exponentially bigger between those who use it and those who don't.
yes.
Yeah. But what I really liked about Coder is there was a lot of thought in creating it. There's a lot of intent and the idea of empowering the user. So if Coder could become known for a belief or a value, what sticks out the most in terms of brand story or brand belief or values? What you hope to add to the world?
We want to convey the message that Coder is committed to be one of the most agentic AI platform. We want to emphasize the word agentic because we are born in a agentic area. We're not a software, we are a real agent. So we are pure agents. We want to be always ahead of the agent innovation. And for the users, we have another belief that agent will be much more powerful than it is today. And we believe agent, maybe in some, the agent is more important than large language models because large language models is evolving. Large language model has evolved for about 5 years and 6 years. But for agent, it's just the beginning. Agent has large potentials. Agents have so much time to catch up, and the agent is evolving every day. So we are looking forward to the much more powerful agent in near future.
I think I saw, didn't you guys just announce a release? I forget what the name for it is, but AI can work, the Coder agentic model can work overnight without you, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yep.
We just launched a new member of the family. We call it Coder Week. Coder Week is just a digital employee. They never sleep. They can do work even you're out of your office. It will be officially launched in near future.
Oh man, yeah, that's incredible. You're even removing
Yes.
time from the equation.
Yes, for Code Week, the core capabilities is code work and a coding agent. So the coding agent is the fundamental capability of the digital employees Code Week. So if you have a Code Week, you have digital people that can code, they can learn, they plan and execute your daily task.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that you have a platform to share things because I've gotten questions from people. I've also seen questions online on Reddit and other places.
Yes.
We've already addressed the security concern. With Coder coming in, I know that you've done some stuff in Palo Alto. I was there for that launch, and there are more events going on. Do you ever worry about misconceptions about the product because of maybe political tensions between the US and China or other countries? Do you think that people could have any misconception that isn't true?
I believe the users have the clear mind, right? They can understand the product, they can understand what kind of product can really help improve their efficiency. Political is political. We cannot decide the way the politics can go, but we can decide what kind of product we can do. We will offer the most agentic and the most advanced agent to global users. So it's a choice for them. And maybe some companies in some domains they cannot use the product outside the United States, right? Because they cannot deploy the US product. But I think it's okay, right? We don't need to do everything.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's understanding that politics aren't a really issue that affects this because
Yes.
it's already quite secure. And in those industries where it could be relevant, I think there's already regulations they had even before the introduction of these products.
Yes.
So it's just security is very good with Coder. I
Yes.
think
Yes.
that, yeah.
As I just mentioned, we will try our best to ensure that we have a detailed agreement of the data privacy. We have very strong and comprehensive technical structure for the data defense and the data security. That's what we are focused.
I think I've seen a lot of very cool things come out in terms of use cases that I've seen Coder post on the blog of ways that people are using Coder.
Mhm.
Like, do you have any favorite ones that you've seen recently?
I travel,
Yeah, you're
I
busy.
travel a
You're a
lot in
busy
recent
man.
weeks.
Okay.
I never no time to
Yeah.
read the blog. So yes, it's true. We have lost so many user-generated blog contents in different countries. So much content. Actually, I cannot remember for now.
I'll add some links in because there were some really cool ones in terms of video generation.
Yes.
Then I'll include some links, but I thought that was really cool. I think right now there's so many different products. I guess, in what way do you think Coder really stands out compared to other products? There's going to be multiple products, but what is something that stands out?
I think competence originates from innovation. Yes, we're not a very large team, but we innovate every day. Yes, we
Yeah.
from the boss to interns in the team discussing every day, every conversation about what kind of agent can be the most helpful and most productive in the future for the users. So the innovation, the thinking, the understanding of the business, I think will be the key factors to stand out.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I really enjoyed when we first started talking, and I've also spoken with a few other people on the team.
Yes.
Everyone's really driven, and the team is interested in addressing use cases for customers and responding to that, which I think is really important.
Yeah, one more thing. We also need support and input information from outside. The partners and the ecosystem partner, just like you, maybe some other friends and partners, they can give us different kind of angles of information and understandings. That will be helpful for us.
Yeah, I'll push for people to also share their feedback because it's very nice that your team can be candid and is open to taking that. I think that's a great quality.
Thank you.
Yeah. A few more questions before I let you go. So I did get some questions about you. There were some people on Reddit that were curious about you personally, Christian.
Really?
Curious. So they were curious about your hobbies and what books and television shows you like. So I
Whoa.
thought I would just, yeah, you're a small internet celebrity.
yeah,
So I thought I would just ask if you have any art or style that inspire you or you
Okay.
enjoy.
I
Yeah.
can share.
For
I can
fun.
share everything.
For fun.
I can share everything.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not a developer. I'm not a technical man. So for my MBTI, I'm an ENTJ. I can share a secret. I'm an ENTJ.
Okay.
And,
Fine. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Hollywood movies and basketball. I mean NBA.
Oh, me too.
So that's the American culture, right?
Yeah.
American culture impressed me a lot in my childhood and my teenagers' times. My favorite basketball star is Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but unfortunately he died so soon. Yeah. It's pretty
Yeah.
sad. So, but that's my hobby, and I like reading. I like cooking. Yes, we work so hard because I have no
Yeah.
time to cook on the weekdays, but on the weekends or anytime I can have it, I will try to cook for my wife and my family. Yeah.
What type of food do you cook? What's your best dish?
My best dishes?
Yeah.
Oh, probably Chinese dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fish. Yeah, I like.
Oh, yeah, fish is
I
good.
like fish the most. Every kind of fish, sea fishes, lake fishes, even river fishes, small fishes, large fishes.
Oh. Do you have any favorite books? What are you reading right now?
Oh, my favorite
and then
book?
What are you reading?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about that. That's
Yeah,
insane. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. So I read a lot of books about the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings, and some other book related. You call some addition about the biographies and some other information. I read a lot and watch the movie a lot of times.
One more question about Lord of the Rings. In Lord of the Rings, would you be a human or a different species?
Human.
Okay.
Yeah, I like human. Elf.
I like the elves. I like the elves.
Oh, yeah, elf is immortal, right?
Yeah.
Elf is immortal, elf is very beautiful, but I like human best.
That's healthy, especially work for an AI company. Okay. That's funny. Okay. I'm an INFJ. Sometimes I'm an ENFJ. I'm borderline. But ENTJ, that suits you so well. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's
You are
so funny.
INFJ?
I'm borderline. 2 times I tested I, but 1 time I tested E. So I'm like half I, half E, and then NFJ.
Okay.
So you and I, we both have the N and the J, but you have the T. I have the F. But that makes so much sense. It's strong too. I think I'm very heart-led, but I like to be pragmatic. So thanks for taking the time, Christian. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow for more as we have more interviews with leading people in tech, policy, and business. I'm your favorite host, Chelsea Talksauer, and that's all for now.